sad stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Yeah, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knew my name, and all my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5.
Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. Hopefully everybody is doing good this fine evening. We are just getting set up on the last couple of things here. I'm going to adjust a couple of settings here just to keep everything moving well. How's it going all? See, we've already got quite a few people jumping into chat here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Living on a player from the staff team already in here answering questions. Much appreciated. Yeah, so today we are going to be checking out Midwest Horizons. This was an awesome map from FS19 that I actually ran, I want to say a couple of series on. I did a time-lapse series on this map. I did I think a normal Let's Play series on this map. So I'm excited to be getting back into this. Dennis Farms has been working on the conversion here, and he was kind enough to send over an early access copy. So not yet available, but hopefully soon. So we're going to be doing a little bit of playing on that, jumping back into a section of the map that I actually played in the past. So a little bit of a walk down memory lane, some nostalgia tonight for me. And we've got a whole bunch of new mods that have come out in the last few weeks that I've wanted to try out. So we're going to take a look at all that as well. But we will take a little bit of a tour around the map as we go through things tonight, just to see what's there. Justin Rizinger, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, there's not a lot of changes. He did a fairly, I'll say, faithful conversion from the 19 version and has kept it pretty bare bones, which I think is going to make it a perfect multiplayer map at some point here. So let's get some of these windows moved around here. Let me see if we can hop into the game real quick, like. Bring this up and boom, there we go. are we going to see the game? It would be nice if we could see the game. There we go. Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta encourage OBS to contribute to the live stream. So we are here on Midwest Horizons. For those that haven't seen this map before, this is a 4X map that was out in FS19. It's a pretty big map, and there's a lot going on here. Sorry, my wife is texting me. I'm just making sure that nothing is going to crash and burn while we're on the live stream here. So this is a pretty big map, and it only comes with, I believe, the one starting farm. So let's go ahead and fire up the easy development tools. I've been missing easy dev tools. Those came out, I want to say today or yesterday. Much appreciated that this is finally back out. So we're going to fly over here to the center of the map where our starting farm is. I never actually played with the starting farm on Midwest Horizons, so I'm not sure if this was the starting farm in FS19 or not, but you do have a starting farm in this version, and it's this little farm right here in the middle of the map. So nothing too special, just a handful of buildings and a couple of small fields. I want to say that this is a cow pasture, but I actually don't think we have any animal stuff built into the map. I think it was all set up so that you could do it yourself. So this isn't even set up currently, at least, as an animal pasture. I do not know what Tyson's plans are to make updates to this as he goes along. He has been doing a series of multiplayer let's plays, or not let's plays, live streams on this map with a number of people from his community, and so I highly recommend checking out his YouTube channel. I did put a link to his Facebook page and his webpage in the bottom of the description there. I don't think I linked his YouTube channel, but definitely go check him out. And if you're familiar with the FS19 version of the map, you'll recall that there were just a bunch of different farms around the map. Not really, well, they're functional in that they have buildings for storage and stuff, but there's no bins or anything like that anywhere on the map, and so it's all mostly decorative. And I think he's done a great job of kind of pulling all of that over here. So I'm going to fly on back down to the bottom area of the map here where we have the store, as this will be the area that I think a lot of people are most familiar with here. And so as you can see, this is just a nice, large, wide open map with fairly large fields for the most part. There's a good mix, though, some small to medium-sized fields. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a great map. We played a lot of it. This was one of our multiplayer servers for quite a while in FS19. And it'll probably be a multiplayer server for us again once it's ready to release. So, Simon, this is a preview. It's not yet released. We are taking a look at this a little bit early here, and good to see you guys. Farm Sim Freak, good to see you. Mr. Simulation, how you doing? Happy Farms, good to see you. But yeah, so this does bring back a ton of memories from the old multiplayer server. I remember getting trucks stuck in the sell point quite frequently because these loading bays are quite narrow here. But for the purposes of tonight, we're going to head all the way down to the other corner of the map here and start farming on the very first area on this map that I farmed on back in the day. And it's going to be down here by field 108. And I believe this is the largest field on the map. And I picked this area back in the day because it had a nice area here where we could build our own farm. And so I thought we would do something similar to that here tonight. And so let's see if we can slap down some bins, and then we're going to get going on harvesting this field. And tonight I wanted to play a little bit with the Courseplay and AutoDrive integrations and see if I can figure out how to automate all of that and start playing with those things. I will be doing some tutorial videos here at some point on all of the fun things with Courseplay and AutoDrive. They've come a long way since FS19. but we've still got a little ways to go, but they are starting to stabilize now. So let me see here. Is there a way? I can't remember there. I can tip my view down just a little bit to see where this is going to end up. We're going to, I think, place these right along the back of the field here. I don't want to get too close to the field, but I also don't want to waste too much space. Something like this would probably work out all right. I'm always nervous when I'm going to place something that it's going to screw up everything around me. But that doesn't look too bad. And then we'll just grab the landscaping tool here and paint down. I'm thinking it's this here. Is that the right material? That looks like the right material. We're just going to clean up this grass because that's going to absolutely drive me nuts if I don't. Hey, it's Legendary. How you doing? I should probably have the roundish tool out, but that's all right. We'll use the square one for now. I hate when my corners get too squarish when I'm trying to draw around things like bins and stuff. And this is one of those completely unnecessary steps that we're taking here today just because I didn't feel like driving all the way to a sell point. The sell points on this map are actually a little bit of a hike. And so I thought it'd be fun to play with the landscaping tool. And this is a bin site that I haven't had a chance to use yet. So I thought, why not? Let's try a few different things out tonight. Do kind of a sloppy job here of cleaning all this area up. Yeah, I probably had, probably not 1,500, but I had several hundred hours on this map. Like I said, I did 2 different series on this map, so I definitely put my hours in on it. It was a really well done map. I never had any issues with it. It just kind of worked, which is what you want out of your farm sim maps. There we go. I'm just trying to get rid of all the grass everywhere that you can't see. Now let's go in here and see what's what. This bin site should have some cool decoration in here. We're going to go ahead and open up both doors so that we can create some courses, drive some stuff through here when we get to that point. I am going to need to use, or I'm going to need to buy some more equipment here at some point. We haven't quite done that yet, but that's all right. We'll get there eventually. Small Town Farmer, this is not going to come out to console. It is a 4X map here. So let's go ahead and turn flight mode back off so I can actually get into my vehicles. I'm going to move all this equipment out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and just get started on harvesting. Now, we have a very, very mismatched group of equipment here tonight, folks. And normally, I like my farms to have kind of like themes, similar equipment. But it's a live stream, and there are so many cool looking mods that came out that I just wanted to try them all. So we've got the Big Bud here that just came out, which honestly, I never really got a chance to use the Big Buds that much. So I put the big fatties on here and tried to match them up with the trailers. And then I did play with the Challenger version of this tractor that Custom Modding had put out, but I thought the Fendt Black Beauty with the US style blinker bars here was going to be a good fit tonight just to have 2 grain carts going. Plus, it's a really fast tractor, so if we start falling behind, I can take over and just knock that out. But we've got the nice Case 250 Series 9250, or it's, you know, the 250 Series Combine Axial Flow, so we've got the big fat wheels on this one as well. Match up with our Big Bud there. Figure, why not? We'll do a little bit of Welker's style farm equipment right now and see how it goes. Tom Eversman, how you doing? Good to see you. What size of wheels do we actually have on the Case Combine? I want to say, we can go look real quick. We've got the 1400s on the front, the 30R46s. So we want to use courseplay tonight on this particular field. And so in order to do that, we do have precision farming on here. The map at this point in time does not have a custom precision farming map, I don't think. I think this is the standard base game one. But we are going to be doing courseplay today. So we're going to create a job. We're going to do courseplay field work. And I think our start and target positions are fine. So let's see if I can... Where's my target is not a field. All right. Target needs to be a field. Target is not a field. Let's try that again. Field position. There we go. I know what I'm doing, really. We'll move that back down here. We're going to generate multiple tools. That's probably right because they're 45-foot headers. We're going to do land mode. We're going to do 8 rows per land and see how this goes. They've really simplified this view for us now. I think that they've just moved some of the settings to a different spot. We're going to do 2 headlands. That'll take 4 total passes off. And I think that's going to be everything we need to do. It's always tricky the first time we get going here. Toby Neal hated the pre-made farms on this map. All too small and cramped and no grain storage. Yeah, exactly. That's why the thing I liked about this map is that there are so many places for you to just create your own farmyards, which is something that for the most part I prefer to do anyway. The only time I play on a pre-made map is, you know, when the map makers have put a lot of effort into that for me. So we now have a course generated. I'm going to go ahead and escape out of this. Zoom out. See? Nice, simple course here. Nice square-ish fields. And so we can fire this up. I'm going to be first waypoint. I'm going to take this guy down the left because we're starting out with him. And go for it. Why are we folding everything up? He's very confused right now. Also, the first waypoint is way down here. This is a bad idea for courseplay to fold up the combine header and everything. Hopefully it figures it out. This is a new one for me. Is this pretty much the same as the FS19 version? It is pretty close to the 19 version. There's not a lot of differences that I've seen. All right, so he's going to town here. I'm noticing that my game volume is just a smidge loud right now, at least on my end, and it looks like probably on your guys' end too. So I'm going to drop this down about 20% from where it was, and we'll see how that does for us. Billet, this map is an early preview. Dennis Farms is still working on a few things on this map, so we have not yet gotten it released, but he was kind enough to send me an early access so that we could try it out a little bit. First, need to unfold. There we go. Now, this thing, Sid Modding just released, and I believe this was a mod that was in FS19 as well, but it was just ridiculous looking, and I never got around to using it. but I always wanted to. And so today we're going to be checking this thing out because I say ridiculous, but I mean that in a like positive way. I think it's awesome. So we're going to try this thing out. It goes down the road super fast. And we're also going to tab over here, see if I can figure out how to turn off straw swathing. Let's just stop course play for 1 second. And if I just turn off straw swathing and then start course play again. Oops. Nearest waypoint. Let's see how it goes. Hey, it's Pleasant View Farms. How you doing, man? Hopefully well. That did not work. All right, let's check the course play settings. And raise tools late, early. All the settings have been getting wiped out on me here, so we're having to constantly fix them, I feel like. There we go. And we forgot to do one last thing, which is save this course. What does this button do? Copy course to this guy. See how easy that was now to move a course from the other guy to this guy? No more having to save it and not like the weird scrolling thing. It was just, I want to copy this particular course and then move it over to a new vehicle. So lots of quality of life improvements in FS22 here. Hey, Fried Fluctuation, good to see you, man. Happy to have you here. King Randy, the newest farm sim you have is 20 on your phone. I actually played 20 quite a bit on my phone. It's okay. It was definitely better graphically than some of the previous versions, but at the same time, I felt like they took a huge step back in some of the functionality. The workers got a lot dumber, where you can't tell them to go places on the map and stuff, so that was kind of a disappointment. And they removed all the multiplayer capabilities, which I actually used to play that one with my kid when we were on the airplane, because it was a Bluetooth multiplayer. And so we used to travel quite a bit, and it was really fun to just bust out Farm Sim and play multiplayer via the Bluetooth while you were sitting on the plane and stuff. So, or, you know, at the airport and whatnot. But none of that exists anymore. Unfortunate. VR's in Minnesota. How you doing? Hopefully the family is well. And we've got to come in here. Apparently these are settings that are vehicle specific. Unfortunate. We'll go ahead and deactivate the straw swath everywhere. Much improved. All right, so to get things started, we're actually going to jump into the Big Bud. We're planning to set up some automated courses today with AutoDrive and see if we can get that working. However, I just want to make sure that we've got everything kind of running before we do that. And plus, I just kind of want to drive this around. Now, the Big Bud is not the speediest of our grain carts, so at 20 miles an hour, we're going to have to really book it here to catch up with the other combine, but not going to be too hard since we can cut through here. And we'll get everybody unloaded, and then we'll start busting out the AutoDrive and see if we can figure that out tonight yet. King Randy, I agree. I love this grain cart, especially with the big fat tires on the back. I've run a few different versions of it now with the tracks, with the row crop tires, and I have to say I'm really liking the look with these big fat tires. It fits really well. And I thought the Big Bud actually kind of fit on it real nice here. It lines up well, it looks good. Let's jump in cab here and see what we've got. Actually, I have to say, this pretty detailed interior, looking pretty good, I don't mind it at all. Oh man, it looks like our combine is just about full. We'll turn the HUD back on here so I can see the notifications when we're getting full and such. Now, I am noticing that our width seems to be underestimated a little bit. That's probably okay. We'll be... Oh, he's going to cut in, isn't he? Because we got here too slow. We were too slow, folks. And we're too close, apparently. Alright, alright. We'll be faster next time. Let's get it going here. Backing it up, backing it up. Got a nice family of deer here. We hop out here. Are they going to get scared and run away? Boo. Scatter. Stranded Kansan, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Getting the tillage going tonight. Nice. GPS is probably important there. Now, I'm guessing that that other combine has a smaller grain tank than this one does. I did put the extenders on that twin rotor, but this combine technically has a much wider grain tank than I put on here as well. I figured I'd just try to kind of keep them even. We're having some issues there. Oh my goodness. Got to get out of the way faster. Courseplay is not going to wait for me to monkey around. And yeah, Tom, I'm going to be getting some videos out on Westby soon. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks, and a few things happened this week. So first off, my editor's off for the week, so I got to get some videos back over to him. And then secondly, I am going in for surgery on Thursday, and so I'm going to be down for probably 4 or 5 days after that. And so the way things are just working out, hopefully I'll get some videos done before the surgery, and we'll get those edited up and they'll post next week. But definitely going back to Westby here, not done on that map for sure. And I do have a few other maps in the works as well, some early access maps that modders have been shooting my way, and I just haven't had a chance to either get those prepped, or I'm working with the modder in a couple situations to make sure everything's actually ready to go there before we start doing videos and streaming on them. For me, it's always more important to do some testing and make sure things are working rather than just jump straight into making videos. Trying to find a spot here where I can unload without getting right up on the header there. I think this one's going to be a little bit of a struggle for something like AutoDrive to unload for us tonight, so we'll have to see how this goes. We might be doing one combine manually while the other combine gets a AutoDrive course. Toby, other than getting a new interface, I think Courseplay and AutoDrive in 22 are way improved over 19. Yeah, I agree. Like, they perform so much better. Generating courses no longer crashes my game out, so that's always appreciated. And there's actually some really cool features that have been added here, so I think the UI is actually pretty slick for some things. It's a little bit simpler, more approachable. I'm trying to get this combine emptied here. We're already well over half full, and so by the time I get this guy emptied, the other guy's probably going to be ready to get emptied, and it's just going to be a never-ending cycle. We'll never get the automation going. But in my experience, AutoDrive doesn't usually work so hot until after you get the headlands off, so we got to get in there. Oh, there's Nitro Dad. I wasn't going to name any names, but Nitro Dad has got some really cool stuff coming soon, hopefully, so I'm looking forward to playing on that map for sure. Let's get this going. We're going to catch up to the Case Combine here and get going. Mr. Simulation, the best way to get a hold of me would be to join my Discord server. The link to our Discord server is in the description of the video here, and yeah, that's the easiest way to get a hold of me there. We've got just shy of 3,000 people, I think, at this point in Discord, so that's been a lot of fun. A lot of great people hanging out on the Discord server, helping each other out, so always fun there. And one of the things that keeps me the most interested is all the real-life farmers that we've got in the community. And with spring getting started here, planting season, we've got so many awesome pictures and stuff showing up with everybody getting out in the fields, which is a ton of fun. We are causing all kinds of problems here. See if I can... Oh, no. There it is, right up into the reel. That would cost me quite a pretty penny, I think. I really wanted... there's room over here. I really wanted to unload on the go. I didn't want this guy to stop, so that's why I was trying to catch him before the end. And if I just look 3 feet ahead, I'd see there's plenty of room to unload him while we're going straight. I do like that the combines kind of slow down for you when you're getting lined up now. That's a nice improvement here for course play. Gives me a second to get lined up. And yeah, Toby, I did say that Thundar is working on getting unit converted or something similar to unit convert. He actually replied to one of my videos. And so that's straight from Thundar that he is indeed working on something for FS22, which is extremely exciting. I did see that MRG is streaming Ashton Corners. I saw he was streaming at least about an hour and a half ago when I was putting the kids to bed, so I didn't get a chance to hop on and say hi, but I did have it on in the background, so getting excited for that map. I've been following his progress in the background. I'm on his Discord servers and such, so always keeping my eye on what MRG's got going on. He's got a good eye for decorating a map, so I like playing on MRG maps as well. And honestly, I was just excited to see that he's out and streaming again. MRG's a good dude. Oh, goodness. And there has been a ton of great mods coming out here in the not-so-distant time period. Every week I feel like there's at least 2 to 3 new mods that have come out that I want to have a chance to try, and so that's kind of what my live streams have started to turn into, is just taking a chance to try some new things out. And hopefully we'll get back to running some stuff on the multiplayer servers. I've been playing on one of our multiplayer servers with some of the community here, but it's winter on that particular server right now, and there's not a whole lot to do. So hopefully multiplayer live streams will be making a return here not too far down the road. But we do run seasons on all of our servers, and so we've got to wait until there's actually field work to do on those servers. Hey Dylan, welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, Pleasant View Farms has been working on a kind of a conversion edit, you know, making his own on this 6-row planter, and it's absolutely amazing. It's got all the options you could ask for. I just can't bring myself to plant 6 rows at a time. But I will definitely be checking that mod out when it comes out, sir. And I'm trying to remember, there's a map that came out recently that would have been a really good fit for it. But I can tell you there's a couple of maps coming out soon that are going to be a really good fit for it. So I may actually have to renege on that. I think I know of a map I'm going to play on that I may start out with a 6-row planter. So we'll see how it goes. Blake, this map is not yet out. It is still in testing. Dennis Farms has been working on a bunch of stuff. He's been streaming on the map with a bunch of people on a multiplayer server, making sure that everything's working in that environment. And then, yeah, I don't know if he has a planned release date yet, It's still kind of in flight. So we're going to park this right here for a moment. I'm going to hop out and change one setting that's going to annoy me if I don't, which is... Where'd it go? This one right there, I always forget. All my settings are messed up right now. Why are all my settings messed up? I must have started this in new farmer mode to see what the new farm was. Not that I really need money or anything. I don't know why I'm changing all the settings. But we've got to get this flipped around. And checking. All right, looks good. So let's go ahead and go into construction mode, landscaping. It's going to drive me nuts if we don't create a bit of a driveway here. So change cursor shape, make it a little bit bigger. And do I not have, is this dirt? That's way too big. This is not the texture I was hoping for. Let's see if that one's better. Yeah, that'll be a little better. All right, we're gonna create some driveways here, folks. Just so that we got somewhere to get up to the bin site here. I do like that it doesn't overwrite my field when I get up close to it here, so... Oh, I lied. It does overwrite my field. Well, we'll just be more careful. And then over here, we're going to do something similar. And that's real straight. I should have probably moved these pieces of equipment. We'll see how this works. I'm going to try and bring this right around this side and give us a little bit of a path to get back around and into the field at that same spot. We may have to move the equipment in a little few minutes here to clean that up some more, but and we're going to take this right down over here because we're going to have a couple of different courses. And we'll create a little field driveway here. Something like this. Don't want to create too much of a mess. There we go. We're not going to pretty it up too much, but gives me kind of a direction to go when driving. And we also need to buy a semi to load this thing up. Why not? We'll do the big Super B. This looks good. And I still don't have a good semi mod on here. Not that the base game semis are horrible, but you know, eventually I would like to get some good semi mods on here. Maybe something blue. We'll go with a blue today. We've got the biggest mismatch of colors here that you can think of. Yep, we're already getting stuck here. Have you heard when the portable nurse tanks from Shoals Modding might come out? I have not. I'm way behind on chat. We were trying to get all this set up here. There's not much to do on multiplayer server, but we found otherwise to have fun. Yeah, we did a lot of logging, that's for sure. That's real strange. So if I select the first trailer, it covers and uncovers the back. If I select the back trailer, it does the front. That makes a lot of sense. All right, let's get twisted around here. Mr. Clock, good to see you, sir. We do have a nice shiny Fent on the farm today. I thought you'd like that. We're all full up back here. It looks like our combines have definitely figured out a few things, though. So I'm going to just line this up here. We're going to finish figuring out how to set this up in a minute. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this tractor, and we're going to go try and unload these combines. Now, this thing is speedy as all get out, which is good for a grain cart tractor. We should be able to get caught up here pretty quickly, get these guys going on that second headland pass, and then we'll start working on some automation afterwards. I'm going to spin around here, though, so that I can unload him on the go. Oh, we're going to drive through this guy's corn. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's all right. Now we got to get cruise control to a reasonable speed here. There we go. Don't forget, if you haven't become a member, join up. Plenty of room on the multiplayer servers. Yeah, absolutely. We've been having a lot of fun on the multiplayer servers. We're running a Huron 16X right now, which is as big as it sounds. That map is huge, but it's performed pretty well. It was well done. Not a lot of errors or anything in the map, and lots of space to grow. So we still got open farm slots on that server, as well as just lots of room for people to help out on the existing farms. And then we're also running a Westby, Wisconsin 4X right now on that on the multiplayer servers. That's gone really well. People seem to be enjoying that. I think the farm slots on that one might be filling up. And then we've got one open slot, and I'm kind of going back and forth on what map is going to end up in our third server slot. I've actually got room to have 4 servers running. And so once we get the third figured out, we'll get that going, and then we'll take some votes on the 4th server at some point here as well. So definitely been a bit of fun trying to keep all the servers running, especially recently with all the issues related to the patches and stuff. We've run into a few problems with the multiplayer servers, but that's all right. Steve with the jokes here. If you destroy a wheat field, are you a serial killer? Nice one. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. This thing does not turn very well. We just wiped out a whole bunch of crops. Well, a couple feet of crops at least. Let's get this going now. It looks like these combines actually have a similar holding capacity with me having the bigger tank on this twin rotor back here. So I think that's what it's called, right? The twin rotor, twin screw. So that's been handy though, that they get full about the same time. Come on, come on. Let's keep going here. I think the unload speed on the case is definitely faster though, but I guess we'll see if the twin screw can unload by the time we get to the end of the field here. I guess it's about the same. Epic Domain, I did look at the Edgewater Sask map. That one looks good. It has some very unusually shaped fields, which look like they'd be a lot of fun to farm on, especially on a multiplayer server. For single player, they were just on the large enough side that I was worried it would take me a long time to do field work in a given field, and they were just crazy enough that I was concerned Courseplay wasn't going to be able to handle it. So I've got my eye on that map. We might do something with it. We'll just have to see once I get back after surgery here next week. I'm definitely going to be picking up another map, and so I don't know what that's going to be yet. So next week we're going to be adding another map. I'm going to keep going on Westby for a little bit, but you will see an additional map hitting the channel here at some point. So now that twin screw was not yet empty when we got to the end of the field here, so it definitely unloads slower than the case. Not a huge surprise there. But I figured since we were pointed straight at the truck here, I'd go ahead and get emptied, and then we'll catch back up, get him emptied. The case will need to be emptied again by then, and we'll finally maybe be at a point where I could start looking at some automation here. I do feel like course play has gotten so much easier to set up and get going, though. It's just a couple of quick clicks, and you're off to the races now, which I feel like in 19 it was just a little bit more difficult to get a multi-tool course working correctly. So kudos to the course play devs for continuing to put out an awesome mod here. All right, looks like we've got somebody who has just volunteered to get muted. So there we go. Rex will no longer be part of our community. Let's get closer. There we go. So hopefully everybody's been having a great week here. I know we've been super busy with the kids and everything. Soccer season officially started up over here in southern Michigan, so I've been running around with our little dude for soccer. Oldest has got all kinds of swimming and stuff going on, so it's just always something going on almost every night of the week lately, so it keeps you busy. And Glenn, that's a great question. If I remember correctly, I think this field is a little over 100 acres, maybe 120. I can't recall for sure. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually tell me here. Maybe in the buy screen, but I think that was a mod that I don't currently have installed. Let's go check. Ba-bum. Yeah, it doesn't give me, it gives me 65 hectares, so what would that be in acres? We can double check that. It's 160 acres, there you go. So it's a pretty decent sized field. All right, this guy's empty. We're just driving here for the fun of it. So let's go catch up, get this case going, and unload everything in the world here. Hey, Lane, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's actually really weird, the nostalgia of being back on this map after all this time. Because I played on this particular farm for my, back in my time-lapse days, quite a bit. Like, we ran this field a lot back then, so it's kind of fun to be back here. Oh, we're missing it. Stop, tractor. I'm going to be really upset if we missed this because we flew by so fast. You can do it. Oh, we're too close. It's such a different amount of pipe length between the yellow one there and this one. Come on. We're not that far now. Oh, there we go. We're going to slow down a little bit because I'm on the inside of the curve here, and he's going to have to go out and around me. Yeah, Farmer Tech, this is a 4X map for sure. Billet, I don't know if Czar is still making maps or not. I haven't seen him around in the community, like, you know, vocally posting anywhere, at least not in the areas that I've been in, so I'm not sure if he's still around or what's up. I'm gonna alt-tab for just a second. I had a window pop up that was covering up all of my stats, so we never want to lose track of when my internet connection is dying on me. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? MRG is a stand-up guy for sure. Hopefully he's doing well. I caught a little bit of his stream earlier tonight, so hopefully he's doing well. I saw Ashton, he was streaming on Ashton. It's looking good. It's looking good. MRG threatened you to come over. That sounds about right. Hopefully he had a few good tunes for you guys. I do hope at some point that that YouTube actually adds an official like raid feature like Twitch has. That's the one thing that I feel like they've kind of missed the boat on from the live streaming perspective. Hey, the man himself, how you doing, sir? Hopefully well. I caught a little bit of your stream earlier this evening. I was putting the kid to bed, had it on in the background. Saw that you were doing some planting, testing out things on Ashton Corners there. The map is looking great, sir. All right, we're just goofing off here. This combine is gonna be all over the place on these curves. We're gonna go back and attempt to unload this twin screw again, hopefully not crashing into it. We should be about full then. Oh, we're getting hung up on something. Zach, you've been out of the FS loop for a minute. Midwest Horizons is converted. It is in progress. This is a map that Dennis Farms is converting, and he was kind enough to send over an early access for me to take a look at, so we're taking a look at it. It's not ready yet, but hopefully soon. And man, this tractor has no traction on the front here. We are way too heavy. I should have put some weights on here. Yeah, MRG, this one's definitely a classic, so I was excited to see that somebody was getting it converted over to 22 here, so definitely a good map. Alright, now that we've driven past this combine like 3 times, let's see if we can actually unload some grain here. Oh, goodness. We're getting there. Oh, we're a little too close. Come on, come on. I don't know why I'm stressing out about this so much. I could just wait until we get around the corner and it'll be a piece of cake. Sniper Steve, good to see you, man. Are they going to include anhydrous on this map? That's a good question. It's a question I think I can answer. Give me just a moment here. Actually, screw it. We'll get him on the straight part. I think if we go in here, where to go in here? I don't see an anhydrous fill type on the list, so we don't have it yet. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'll definitely ask him next time I talk to him. All right. I'm gonna wait right up here on the corner because that guy's gonna have to come around here at some point. And while we wait, oh my goodness, look at this. This is ridiculous. I can't steer or brake or do anything. This thing is way too heavy. We're gonna hop out here and customize this tractor and see if I can put some front weights on here somewhere. Gen 1. Ooh, there's different generations. That's cool. Quick hitch, coolers, beacons, engines, fenders. There's no weight. I'd have to buy a weight to put on here. All right, when we go back up to the yard, we'll see if we can get a 3-point weight on the front of this thing. Because steering is definitely required. Hey, it's Alan Trotter. How you doing, sir? Good to see ya. Always good to get a chance to sit back and relax after a long day of running errands and stuff. Here we go, here we go. Braking is also a concern here on this tractor. You can do it, guy. Okay, I said I liked how the combines slow down when you're trying to line up for unloading. I lied. It only works good when AutoDrive is running the cart. When I'm running it, it's annoying. Hey, it's Derry Deer. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well, sir. I know you've been busy the last few weeks as well. What size head is on the twin screw? This is a 45-foot head. I had to get a head that matched what was on my case, and there is no dedicated header for this particular combine. And so we just slapped a John Deere head on there. I figured it was appropriate because it has the John Deere GPS globe on there when you add GPS to the tractor. So that's what we ended up doing. Hey, it's James Oliver. How's it going? And this tractor is actually pulling a lot harder than I expected it to. We're only going about 22 miles an hour, which, you know, in the field is more than fast enough. But I think on the road, without any equipment on it, this thing will do like 37. So we're chucking right along here. Trucking. My goodness. We've lost the ability to even speak. James, at the moment, this map doesn't support anhydrous, but I would not be surprised if that's something that does get added to it before release. I know there's a number of things still to do on this map. And I don't have any ETA on when it's coming out. Farming Nation FS22 console mods suck. Most of the mods I'm using are actually available on console here, so I think this tractor's going to be coming out on console. I'm not sure. This was released by Custom Modding, and usually they post most of theirs to the Mod Hub. The gravity wagons I'm using, the grain carts I'm using definitely are. Oh, I forgot we don't have any brakes. We're going to stop eventually, folks. The front tires aren't even on the ground. All right, we're going to have to switch over completely to this Big Bud, I think. The Big Bud that just came out, I believe, is on console as well. I don't know about propane. I'll be honest, personally, I don't much care about propane. I find it ridiculous that you have to haul your own propane to the farm. That's something that the co-op would do for you, so it just didn't feel like something that you'd want to use. So we've got the same guy wants to volunteer to be banned again. That'll be fun. We're gonna get turned around here. I apologize. I alt-tab to get rid of a particularly annoying user. We'll be reporting that to YouTube after the stream so that his IP gets blocked permanently. The joys of getting up there with the YouTube content creation is you can take care of these problems. Nitro Dad, those Bud models are great. So much attention to detail. I agree. They're just really well done. I can't wait to actually try them out in a Let's Play series and put these things to use. We're going to have to find some big fields, a map with some big fields for these. We'll probably get them on our big 16x multiplayer server. That might be a good place to really put them to use. How many fields on this map? This map is huge. I don't know, hundreds. We're on field 108, so there's at least that many fields. I believe it's 125, 27? It's 127 fields, it looks like. So definitely a lot of fields here. I'm going to, I think, set this up in a way that I can dump this into there, and we're full like everywhere. All right, let's get our first load dumped, and as soon as I'm done with the headland passes here, we're gonna get AutoDrive going. Would be nice if the co-op could do things like that, or spray and spread fields for you. Yeah, exactly. I know. So depending on how you set up propane on a map, if you do it the way that a lot of the fill tanks and stuff have been set up to work, you can actually just buy it at the tank, which would be the compromise that I would appreciate. Like I just never got anything out of having to haul my own propane, so that would be what I'd like to see. Okay, so this is weird. If I select the front trailer to dump, that works, but the cover is the back one. I gotta figure out who's... this is a base game trailer, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to put a bug in with Giants for this one. It'll make me happy. It always makes me happy when I can log bugs. Yeah, this is a base game trailer that's got the controls inverted. Awesome. Do we know if Lone Oak is coming out? That was a good map. I don't know. I haven't actually heard anything about Lone Oak. Oh, we've got 2 hoppers in this. What is the button for that? There we go, U. AutoDrive and Course Play have taken over my help menu. I'm curious. I think there's a setting in here. Action event help deactivated. That one's good. Let me see if I can do the same thing for AutoDrive. I always feel like I miss it. Display help. No. Oops. Apply. That one probably doesn't take effect until I restart the game. Oh, well. Bill has retired Lone Oak. Well, there you go. Oh, Toby, you're saying Lone Oak is coming, Clutch is playing on it? Interesting. Maybe he gave somebody permission to convert it. Because I thought I heard the same, that it's not coming out for FS22. Oh, look. So if I scroll up in my chat now, that user says the message was deleted by the Google moderator team. Nice. Google's on top of things. Bill said he won't be giving anyone permission. Well, there you go. Let's go ahead and get this semi back over here. We've got so much grain that's just waiting for us to get it out of the field. Both of my combines are sitting there doing nothing. We're just in a bad spot right now. And these carts unload so quickly. That's another nice thing about these carts. What would be cost-friendly gaming PC for FS22? I am honestly not a great person to ask. It's been a while since I built my last PC, and it's starting to show its age here and there. So I do need to build a new PC here at some point, but I tend to be more of a power user, and so cost-friendly, well, and right now with the shortage on chips and stuff, cost-friendly and PC don't tend to go hand in hand at the moment. The component costs are pretty steep. Although I have seen that graphics cards are starting to come down here. JDG, when does the Midwest Horizon come out? You heard June. So I haven't heard a date. When Dennis Farms sent it to me, he indicated that there was quite a bit of testing left to do on it, and he did not provide a date that it was going to be available. And so I'm unable to provide a date. I will say that it takes a while to do a good job on testing a map and getting everything working. You can just ask Nitro Dad. Why am I muted? Thank you. For my moderator team there, make sure to report that user in addition to muting him. That way Google will see that and black hole him here shortly. JJWW White, this is Midwest Horizon. It was an awesome map from FS19 and being converted to FS22, not out yet. And I do not have the additional field info mod running, which I really wish I did. Kingslayer, how you doing? We have played on this map quite a bit back in 19 though, and so I'm loving that we've got a bin site set up here almost exactly where I had my old bin site, and that was probably 2.5, 3 years ago that I played on this map last, I think. I have to say the FPS on this map is pretty solid too. There's a lot of trees and stuff on here, and things are running pretty good. I know FS22 has made a lot of improvements, and it really shows. And I mean the map makers as well. A lot of attention to detail here on making sure that things perform well. All right, oops. Steering is a little touchy on this Big Bud sometimes. Get this guy emptied. Now this twin screw, the auger unload speed is definitely a little slow here for us. We probably won't even be able to empty this by the end of the field. We're never going to have time to set up our automation at this rate. I'm going to have to just let the combine sit here. We've been going for a little bit here. I want to see if I can get AutoDrive working for us. Oh my goodness. We're hitting the microphone with all kinds of things. My apologies. So, oh, maybe we will get this guy emptied by the end of the field here. I know with these big 45-foot heads on here, we're sucking in a lot of grain. Yeah, James, this is a 160-acre field. We already did the math a little bit ago here. And so 160 by farm sim standards is a pretty decent field. All right. Well, our second level guess was incorrect. We did not quite get it emptied. That's all right. I feel like almost this Big Bud isn't quite up to the task of pulling this big grain cart either. We're definitely pulling hard as we're trying to come up to speed here. We almost overshot the semi, but not quite. So we've got this. I need to figure out where we're going to load the carts up. So let's jump in this one because it's a little bit faster. We'll make some AutoDrive courses here. So let's see here. We're going to go into edit mode. We're going to record. And I'm going to record to right here. And add field 108. I completely missed the shed there. But I'm just going to get a nice circular course. I'm not really going on my driveway very well here, but that's all right because we're just we're not necessarily saving this playthrough. We're just trying to make a starting AutoDrive course here. And we're going to stop recording. Back it up a little bit here. And we're going to connect those two. Now, I do want to get going into this shed, so we're going to grab this point here and start recording again. Oh, not the point we wanted, but we'll fix that in a minute. Now, I'll be driving the semi through this in the future, but thankfully, this big grain cart made it, and I forgot to put my point in there, so I'll have to go back and do that. 1 second. Here we go. Just like that. And then we'll go back in here and we'll create a quick point, and we'll see how this works out for us. Get an ATV to drive around the combine. I do usually use a X9, but there were so many other mods out that I wanted to try out that we decided to forego the X9 tonight and give some of the other mods that are coming out a shot. We're just, whoopsies, gonna clean these up a smidge. And if I come back in here, I should be able to set a point. I think we're catching up on the door there. Like this to add target bins. All right. I think that's all we're gonna need to do there. Now I do need to set a course for the semi. At some point here, but we're gonna figure that out in a moment. Let's see how this works out. Glenn, appreciate you coming to the stream. Have a good one. King Randy, have a good one, sir. We've got AutoDrive all going here. Let's see if I can find the appropriate mode. They keep changing my modes on me. Load, unload combine, not what we want. Pick up and deliver. So we're gonna just set this there, even though I don't think it's quite what we want. And away we go. Hopefully this will work. Come on, semi, you can do it. In FS22, does AutoDrive work for loading silage wagons? It does. This guy's gonna take it nice and slow here, isn't he? We're gonna have to majorly update our AutoDrive courses here to have a better unload spot for the grain carts, but I just want to make sure that this guy's actually capable of unloading on his own without getting hung up on the door here. There we go. All right. So with that guy going, let's get this guy out of our way. We'll go unload the combines, keep them moving here. And when we get back, that semi should have unloaded himself, and we can figure out how to get a grain cart course going. So much to do. Stop. At least this tractor has some better brakes. What we might do is try to set things up in such a way that the grain cart, this other grain cart that we can't really drive, just kind of sits there as our buffer point, kind of a mini mother bin. Keep things going. And off we go. Where are those combines at? Oh, it looks like we've already cut through and started doing the lands mode, which is awesome. Independent, I am not sure when this map will be released. It is still in testing. And why are we spitting out a straw swath again? That's very unusual. We had that disabled. I'm not sure at what point that got turned on. Looks like our semi finished unloading though, so that course seems to be working successfully. And yeah, we're could help a little bit if we put this thing up into the highest gear. Gain about 4 or 5 miles an hour there. Much better, much better. I'm kind of curious if this twin rotor is still got some room. I don't see a big heap on top of that one, so we've probably got some room. It looks like the case combine has decided to start putting out a straw swath. I'm going to actually hop in here real quick and see if I can fix that, because that's going to annoy me to no end. And of course we opened the menu, so we've got to save. Oh, there we go. That would be why. Spinning around. Too close. My goodness. There we go. Oh, where's the pipe going? Must have got too far away. Alright, now we've got it. It's always something getting these things going. It's looking around, didn't see anything, so I know probably had this question, do you expect to have a beta available for players? Yeah, so Dennis Farms is converting the maps, so if you look in the description of the video, you'll find a link to both his Facebook page as well as his website, and you can follow along there for updates. Yeah, Ken, I'm gonna need to get a baler now. Got all this straw sitting out here going to waste. Coursplay's baling, and the fact that they can pick up bales off of the field and stuff now, I think is a nice addition. I haven't tested that in FS22. I know in 19 though, they added that bale collection feature right at the end there, and that was a very welcome addition to Courseplay. As long as we're here, we're going to go ahead and try and get this guy emptied out here as well. And then I think in order to get AutoDrive unloading these combines, I need to go in here and set up the combines to have a AutoDrive course selected, or a destination selected, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a minute since we've done this. Alright, so I've got these guys emptying out here. He's empty enough for the time being. We're going to run this right back up here. Actually, we're just going to leave this here. We'll come back to it in a minute. We're going to jump over here and take a look. Now, I think what we're going to do is turn off this AutoDrive course, and we're going to actually bring one that's out into the field. So give me a second here to think about the best way to do this. We're going to bring it right on out in the field so that this truck is nice and straight. No crookedness to it. Oops, we're going forward. Something like this. Just like this. I'm going to create a point here. And we're going to have this guy come out here and then swing around really wide. Not run into the combine, hopefully. Something like this ought to work. And then that's going to make it really easy for us to pull up alongside him with our grain carts. So hopefully this guy's going to stop and give me a minute. Just be patient. Just be patient. Of course, Play doesn't know the word patient. Although he didn't actually hit me, so I've got to give him that. So this guy's going to do this path right here. And then we'll jump in here and we'll make the other part of the AutoDrive course here. And so what I want to do is think about this for a second. I want to have this be a completely disconnected course. And we'll just bring it right up alongside that truck when he parks here. So let's give this a shot. I keep forgetting the Big Bud has a gearbox on it, and I have to use the gears, and then this one does not, so I just need to press forwards and backwards to go where I want to go. Now, I don't really want to be snapping to this other point here. I want a whole new point, but I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. Let's see, let's see. So it looks like that truck is stopped where we want him to be stopped. Now, I think I want the stop point for unloading to be all the way to where the last container would be. Something like this. Add F108, unload. We'll see how this works. And then I'm just going to bring this all the way back up here. We're going to add a point. And big circles. We got plenty of room here. J-modding, is there a planned release date? There's no date yet that I know of, but the map is going to be released publicly when it's ready. It should be this easy, folks. It's been a minute since we've done AutoDrive, but it should be this easy. So, modes. Unload combine. Field 108 combine. Field 108 unload. Go. Tab to harvester. Field 108 combine. Tab to the next harvester. Field 108 combine. Alright, I've picked the worst possible tractor to do this with, since he's going to crash into everybody. So we're going to get the big bud going here. And do the same thing. I don't know how this is going to work with two drivers on the same AutoDrive, but we're going to fire him up, and I'm probably going to turn him off, actually. He's stopping. This tractor does not have the appropriate weight to handle this, so we're going to kill him off before he does something dumb, and we'll unload this. We'll see how the big bud does. I'm going to go check on him in 30 seconds. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little bit nervous this is going to be a complete disaster, but maybe it'll work the first time. That would also be awesome. Here we go. We'll just unload this ourselves. I do really like the electric tarp on this cart, too. It's slick. I'm missing all the fun down there. It's like, is the big bud crashing into stuff or not? We have to tab over and find out. We haven't crashed yet. We're chasing the combine. We're waiting for the combine's turn. So he's lined up to unload the twin rotor first here. The twin screw, I guess, is the brand. I'm going to get demonetized on YouTube here. They pick up on some of the weirdest words sometimes. I do like that Courseplay has gotten smart enough to wait while things do the U-turns here. It causes a lot less issues than it used to. There we go. Now he's waiting for call. I would expect... I probably need to set this up at some point. I never actually checked to see what my combine rates are at. Unload fill level. We're going to drop this down a little bit. Oh, deliver to fill at this level. Got it. We'll do 90% on this. Huh. I was thinking that there was a setting in here to tell me what level for the combine, and I've just realized that for AutoDrive, all of the settings are actually vehicle specific, so I have to come in here. So he pre-calls at 60%. Unloader, when the current unloader reaches a pre-call fill level. Okay. Well, our combine drove by and didn't unload, or my grain cart. What's going on here? He got confused. We'll give him a second try here. You can do it. Looks like he's going to be a little too far away. Yep, he's too far away. So where's my... Is there a offset here? Distance to combine. Let's bring this in a little bit. And try one more time. we're definitely going to do a set of tutorial videos on all of this here soon. This is really the first time I've tried this out in FS22. I was always a fan of the courseplay unload compared to AutoDrive for my unload, but I think courseplay and AutoDrive, they've kind of been trying to play nice together, I'll say. Yeah, this is not getting quite close enough here. Let's move this in another 1/4 meter. See if that does it. Maybe we'll turn this off and turn it back on. And so I know AutoDrive and courseplay have been doing a lot to try and work together a little bit more. And there's a lot of integration between the two. A lot of the bug fixes that you see in the changelog is the AutoDrive and courseplay guys trying to make the handoff between the two work a little bit better. So I'm really excited to see two different modding groups working together, especially modding groups working on mods that I use pretty extensively. So this guy doesn't look like he got any closer this time. So that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know what's the deal here. I was expecting that to work when we set it to 1 meter. But we're gonna just jump in here and do it manually now. And of course he's off to the races, so I've got to catch up with him. Find the right gear to get caught up with him. Alright, we're going to get this guy emptied, and then I'm curious to see if he does a better job with the other combine here. Why are we stopping, guy? Not close enough to be causing him to be in the way, I wouldn't think. Maybe we need to get this distance shortened up even more. So we're gonna take a look at this. It's not a courseplay setting, it's an AutoDrive setting. Pipe offset. Oh, I was adjusting the wrong setting, folks. That's what's going on. Let's try and adjust that one a bit. So what does AutoDrive do? So AutoDrive is a mod that helps you drive your tractors and stuff around. Usually I use AutoDrive if I'm transporting. It looks like AutoDrive just freaked out on me. But usually you use AutoDrive to move a vehicle around the map on roads and to go from point A to point B. And then you use courseplay to do field work inside of a field. And so that's kind of been the difference for me between the two. Now in FS22, it seems like we've got... Oh, it's crashing because I have somebody parked on the point. In FS22, AutoDrive is taking on some more of the transport roles inside of the field, and it could do that in FS19 as well, but it seems to be working a lot better in FS22, although I say that as things are getting kind of crashy here. And hey, OK Used Mods, how you doing? Good to see you in the stream, sir. We are over here crashing out courseplay and AutoDrive tonight, apparently. So I'm going to get this guy completely out of our way, because I think he's contributing to our problems. And then I'm going to come in here, and hopefully he's going to drive back up to the waypoint now. Nope, he's going to have a problem. I wonder if the problem right now is that he can't find that path because there's another AutoDrive course nearby, and I didn't connect the two courses together. And so I know AutoDrive can work a little bit wonkily when you have two different networks on the map. So we're going to just take this guy down here to the end of the field. We're going to see if we can get this all set up ourselves. and get him working on the correct path. And maybe I'll then also connect the two paths together and see if that's going to help us out here in just a minute. If that's the case, I will definitely be including that when we make a tutorial here at some point. And no, unfortunately, Matt, AutoDrive is one of the mods that won't work on consoles. This is definitely a PC-only tool. It's a very heavily scripted mod. All right, so he's going to really fold himself up here on the way back to the unload point. Quite interesting. Actually, my farm sim seems to be hanging up quite a bit here for some reason. Driver 450 can't reach 108 unload. Why not? I'm very confused right now. I mean, the unload point is right there. We didn't have a problem with it before. Maybe it's just too close to the truck. I don't know. Like, I would expect that the course would still work. Oh, field 108 unload got put on the other course. That's the problem. Okay. That makes so much more sense now. F108 unload V2. But that's not far enough forward. All right, hang on. Hang on, folks. We'll figure this out. At least we've got an idea of what's going on now. At some point, I'll figure out how to remove these targets, but F108 unload V3 and V3. Here we go, here we go. We're getting there. It's always something. All right, he's too full to go to the combine, so we're going to go to the unload point. He's actually finding an unload point now, which is encouraging. And what are you doing, buddy? You're going to back up through the crops all the way there? Congrats. Good idea. Good job. Should be an option on the GUI, drive near the point and it'll delete the target. That is probably true. I don't want to delete the waypoint. I feel like there's like a hold down keys to do different things. I wish this guy was putting his pipe out a little bit sooner than he did. I've got the waypoint V3 on a point too far forward too. I was hoping it'd be on the one a little bit further back. So this whole thing is just a giant mess at this point. And yeah, Scott Matthews, we're doing a little bit of testing on Midwest Horizons. Dennis Farms sent this over to me about a week ago and said, hey, check it out. Do a little bit of testing before you stream on it just to make sure it's working. So I figured we'd do some testing in the live stream actually and see how it goes. Now, this guy has still got some in there. That's why he's waiting. We're going to let him wait, and we're actually going to brave things with the other tractor here, even though he can't stop or turn once he starts getting going. And actually, maybe we'll just buy a weight while we're here up in the yard. That might help us out quite a bit. Do we have a nice big Fendt weight? Agco. I think I want this one as the biggest one we've got. There we go. And if this will allow me to turn, that would be epic. Awesome. That sits really low to be in the raised position. That semi does not appear to be moving particularly fast. There's got to be a setting to not put everything back away. Trail covers, no. Auto unload position. Unload off, wait, unload center, left. We're on the left side. Automatic tip side. Avoid fruit. Alright, we'll see how this works. Let's see it. Swear sometimes this AI is like, which way did he go, George? Yeah, exactly. Now, the struggle is going to be finding a distance to combine that works the same for both combines. Wow, that is really tight. But he figured it out, which is pretty epic. Now, I was expecting this combine to start moving, but maybe we're just a little too close and he's not going to do it, which is probably okay. In the grand scheme of things, at least we're unloading now. Over here, this guy, I'm going to tell him to continue so we can get him moving again. And we're going to do the same thing here. I don't want the covers closing every time. Unload position. Alright. I think this is going to work out. So let's, it's opening himself back up. That'll save us a little bit of time. I wish they'd leave the pipe out, but I don't know where those settings are just now. We'll have to continue to play around with it, but it looks like we're rocking and rolling. 20 miles an hour seems to be my top speed here at the moment, so we're going to let him keep going. And he's still not moving. He's going to go until he's empty, it looks like. That's all right. We're going to let that go. I'm wondering if that's because he got full, so he's going to just sit here until he's done. But we'll test that theory here in a moment. Yep, so he got empty. He started moving forward, so we weren't blocking him. That's a course playism, I think. That's all right. And the other combine's already got somebody lined up, but now I bet if I come over here, he's going to have to wait until this combine goes around the corner. I'm hoping that we've got enough capacity to make the corner. It looks like we do. All good to go. And yeah, so now all I need to do is find a way to fix some of these points. So I'm going to do this a little bit the old-fashioned way. We're going to just move them and not worry so much about having the smoothest course in the world here. Something like that ought to work. And hopefully by keeping this nice and straight, keeping it a little bit closer to the truck here, we'll put our pipe out sooner and start unloading into this semi a lot sooner. I think if I can move some of these intermediate points a little bit closer, that'll be good for us as well. And encouragingly, it looks like we've got AutoDrive working. Now this guy's a little confused, but I think we're about there, folks. I really do. I think this is going to work out for us. I don't know why he's backing up per se, but I'm sure he'll get to the headland here and decide to start going forward any moment now. Waiting for room. don't know what kind of room you want, sir. The field is wide open. What's the difference between FS22 and FS19 on PC? I think FS22 has, well, there's a lot of features with FS22 that are new. The biggest one, though, is that it is now much more performant. So it runs so much better than 19. I get higher frame rates on FS22 than I did on FS19. So for being a newer game with better graphics, it's super nice to get even better frame rates. We're having quite a bit of problems here, so I'm going to drop this down a bit more. And this is a different setting, but I'm going to drop that down a little bit more. Hopefully, as we get a little closer to the combine here, when we turn into this, we won't miss it again. This Big Bud seems to just be having a hard time. I don't know if it's the Big Bud or the case, but either way, we're not getting under that chute. We're way too far away. I know that this is way more than a quarter of a meter here. So if I turn this off, I think the Fent will come over here and champ this out no problems. So let's see if that is the case. Then this is an issue with my Big Bud, and we'll just have to accept that Big Bud is going to be the manual drive for us. We got 108 V3 is where our unload point needs to be as well. The screw combine, the horseplay settings for it might be set to wait at unload instead of unload on the go. That's possible. I left the settings for that the same. Yeah, see, this guy is also going to be unloading weirdly here. It looks like this is a combine problem, and I think I know what the problem is. If I come up here and customize this, when we put the pipe on here, there were two different pipe options, and one of them has the pipe angle out a bit more. Hopefully that didn't kill everything off here. So let's try this again. I'm hoping with it angled out when the cart comes under here. Yeah, that's going to work better. All right. Now, where's my stuff? I need to connect my header here. And we put that back in there. Nearest waypoint, one left. Go. Perfect. All right, I think we've solved all of our problems, which also means we can put the Big Bud back in the rotation. I have found the automatic settings to work well with most machines. Yeah, me too. It's just this case combine, I think, when I had the chute like pointed down instead of out, because I prefer that when I'm doing the grain cart driving. But obviously, AutoDrive does not prefer that. So that's quite all right. We're going to set this guy back up. These combines are both waiting for a call now. This guy's not even half full. This guy will call when he gets to, I think it's 60%. We can close this window. And after unloading, it's on here, 60%. So there we go. He's called for a pickup. We'll give the Big Bud a shot. Do you think that FS22 is going through the same problems that FS19 did with mods coming out and the game is dead? Actually, I feel like FS22, we've got so many mods now, which by comparison, FS19 at this stage of the game didn't have nearly as many mods out, and so Giants made it really easy to convert mods from 19 to 22, and so we've got a lot of mods now. I think the larger problem is honestly that there aren't as many good maps out right now. So we're starting to see a lot of maps coming out, but it's been kind of dead from the maps perspective. And so that's been my struggle is, I'm kind of looking for a good map that, kind of speaks to me to get started on a new series here. So I think once we start getting some more maps coming out that you'll see some people regaining interest. I think also just you had a lot of hype with the game coming out at first, and there's always, it kind of comes in waves, right? So there was a peak of excitement, and now it's kind of slowing down a little bit, especially because, it's spring now. People are getting outside, doing some stuff, so. Yeah, the unload on this combine seems to be a little bit of a struggle. Now, I don't know if the articulation of this big bud is causing some of the wonkiness here as we're trying to unload or what's going on with it. So I am going to take him back out of the circulation for a moment. We'll see if the other tractor's able to sort this out when he tries. I'm going to take this grain that we've got and go dump it myself. Found the case combine is hard to unload even when you manually drive it. Yeah, that might be the case here. You see a lot of people going back to FS19. I've not seen that as much. I've only played 19 once since 22 came out. I think 22 is a much more solid game. And so, from my perspective, I just can't see myself ever wanting to go back and play 19. I think 22 is better in pretty much every way, especially now that we've got some maps coming out. Where is this combine going? You're seriously going to come down here and do this to me, Courseplay? All right, I see how it's going to be. We'll get it all out of your way. It's all right. Yeah, Scott, as the maps come out here, I think that you're going to see a lot of people regaining some interest in 22. Get go. All right, start it up. We're going to turn off AutoDrive for just a moment. We're going to get everybody out of the way because Courseplay's being ridiculous. Might as well wait until the other combine comes by and does the same shenanigans. Riverview looks like a good map. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that out. I know Green Valley was actually a really nice looking map. I didn't get a chance to do more than just the one live stream on it, but that one looked really nice. Where did I download my version of AutoDrive? The most recent versions of AutoDrive are on GitHub. So if you search for FS22 AutoDrive GitHub on Google, you'll find the link to, I believe Stefan is the developer who is putting that out, but you'll find his GitHub and you can get the most recent versions from there. He just released an update about a week ago. The same with Courseplay. If you search for Courseplay FS22 on GitHub, that's the best place to get Courseplay as well. Yeah, I could probably smooth out a few of these points if this was a course that I was planning on saving. It would smooth or speed things up a little bit. I'm waiting for this other combine to come by, but it doesn't look like he's going to, so we're going to go ahead and pull this guy forward because it looks like that other grain cart is full and coming to unload. Tyler, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Dear, one big change you found in Courseplay for FS22 is the machines tend to run to the outer edge of the map when changing lands. They do. And actually, I think it's a good change. The machines tend to, I think, use that outside headland course for turning around now, as opposed to they used to just turn a bit chaotically, I'll say, in 19. And so I think it's a good change. I just forget about it. If I'd recalled that that was going to happen, I probably wouldn't have set up this course on the field itself. We had plenty of room out here in the yard I could have done the same setup with. I was just lazy and we had the room there. So now I've got regrets, but that's all right. Oh, and here he comes to ruin the day. You know what? Now that I know where the course is that we're trying to go to, we'll just jump in and take care of it ourselves. Don't eat me. Pause. Here we go. I do like now that I can turn on the waypoint view right here in this little window now as well. So let's get this on nearest waypoint, like so. And just like that, he's off to the races. No problem whatsoever. So this truck didn't get full. This is, again, these big double trailers don't work as well with AutoDrive, so we are going to have to do just a little bit of cleanup on this ourselves. That's all right. Oops, what are we doing? Why is the pipe going away? Is the yellow combine on console? Good question. I know Sid just released this. It's on the in-game mod hub. I think it's available on console. Let's take a really quick look. I just downloaded it this evening, or this afternoon, when I was setting up the screenshot. So if I look under Harvesters, Twin Screw, no, it's only available on PC and Mac at this point in time. So not yet available. That's a good point, Toby. He's got to rebrand it as Lizard, because it's not a approved mod hub brand. And we're gonna let this Fent go do its thing. I'm really hoping that he figures out how to unload this case, unlike the Big Bud. The Big Bud was having some problems. I think it's just the pain of articulated tractors sometimes not working so well with the helpers. We'll see how it goes. What happened to the case planters that were in testing? That's a good question. I know they are working on getting those out. I'm excited to see those hit the mod hub, but I haven't seen any updates in the last few days. I'm gonna follow this guy down here. Oops. Cruise control set a little bit low there. And we're gonna see what's going on. I really think that the Fent is gonna be able to figure this out, but I could be overly optimistic. Apparently not. I was super confident that he was going to get this working. Well, it looks like we're going to unload this case ourselves. I'm amused that the case with the nice big pipe that's plenty far away so that you can get under it with a grain cart is giving us problems. But the twin screw where I have to be right up on the edge of the header is working fine with the AutoDrive driver. It's always something, always something. No idea when the map is getting released. This is from Dennis Farms, is doing the conversion of this map from 19. And he sent it over to me, early access, and did not give me an ETA on when he thought it was going to be available. So we will be having to wait a little bit. I think it's probably at least a month away, just based on the conversation I had with him. But Obviously, I have no idea what his schedule and availability is, so we'll have to wait. If you are curious about following along, though, check out the link in the description. I have his Facebook page as well as his website linked there, so you can kind of keep an eye out on his posts and follow the project. He also has a YouTube channel where he's been streaming multiplayer on this map quite a bit. What is going with the mod screens inside the tractor that turns to bushels? That's a mod by Perma's Modding, who was in here just a little bit ago. And my understanding is that mod was submitted to the in-game mod hub, but it is waiting on, I think, Carl's Farms is Steiger's to get submitted for testing, because to get deployed to the mod hub, there has to be a vehicle in the game that the Giants team can test against. So stay tuned and keep an eye out on Perma's Modding's Facebook page for more news about that particular mod. And I think we're just gonna sit here and unload him as long as we're here. The other combine's turning around anyway. We don't need them sitting right up on top of each other. We made a pretty good dent in this field tonight. I was surprised. I thought that this was going to take a little bit more to get done. I mean, we're not going to finish tonight, obviously. We got about halfway through it, it looks like. I think if we'd had less struggles getting the automation running and been able to keep up with our combines in the beginning a little bit better, we would have gotten quite a bit further, but we got quite a bit of grain off of this field already. If we pop into the menus here and take a look, I'm curious. Oh yeah, we've already got almost 300,000 liters of wheat in the bins, which is pretty cool. I lied, I'm not going to sit there. We're going to get going. We're at 87% here. And the other grain cart's probably got some in it too. We're going to unload this case on the way back up to top off our grain cart and go see if we can fill up this semi. I'll be curious to see how much grain we get with that last load in there. I think we'll probably be almost 400,000 between what we got in the semi and what we've got in the grain carts here when we get these combines to the other end. Still on Maple map doing contract on baling. Nice. I just can't stand baling most of the time. Like, I've been doing it on Westby, and it's okay, but it's just after I've done a field of baling, it's like, oh, no, I'm good for this save. I don't want to do baling ever again. We'll give it a couple months before I need to bale another field. Too many flashbacks to my childhood standing on the back of a trailer stacking bales. But yeah, actually, Cecil, Thundar Modding has said that he's going to be converting or doing the unit convert mod or something similar to unit convert for FS22. So that was a pleasant surprise. He posted that on one of my YouTube videos about a week ago. He said he was working on it. So I have no idea when that'll come out. That could be a while because there's a lot of spots in the UI now that touch units, especially with all the new production chain things. And knowing Thundar, he's usually pretty good at being thorough. And so that's something that we'll probably have to wait for a bit. But just knowing that it's in progress is very exciting for me. I'd say that's probably the one major mod for FS22 that I miss the most at this point. I think almost everything else, especially with Easy Dev Tools coming back out today, everything else is pretty much here for us now. Oh, we're overcorrecting. Gonna just turn off the ugly AutoDrive lines here. I still can't get over how fast these grain carts unload. It's so nice. And oh my goodness, we're past our normal 11 o'clock cutoff time here. I think what we'll do is we'll get these combines back down onto this end. We'll unload everything. Here they come. And we'll just take care. I'm kind of curious to see how much of the field we got done and how much grain we harvested in total tonight. So we'll have to see. And, ooh, Perma's Modding's even got an update to the real dashboard mod here. So I will definitely check that out. How does AutoDrive find the combine? Good one. So when you're on a combine, all you have to do to get AutoDrive to find it, so I'm using a courseplay course to drive the combine, but on the AutoDrive window, you just select the waypoint, and so this is the Field 108 combine waypoint, and then on our grain carts, when you're setting them up, there's 2 points. There's the point out here in the field that I used, so Field 108, that combine point, this is the go find a sit at this waypoint until a combine is ready. And so those 2 points just need to be the same between the combine and the grain cart. And then on the grain cart, you also get a point where you want to go and unload yourself. So this works for grain carts, trailers, anything that can hold grain and be unloaded. This will work for. So that's really the basics of how AutoDrive and Courseplay kind of hook themselves up. Is just Courseplay looks at that AutoDrive, or AutoDrive is looking at that drop down here to determine where to go. I'm going to just park this right here since we're going to stop this course at this point. And oh no, he's going to crash. Oh, he's actually going to figure it out. Look at that. But we're going to circumvent him and get him to unload. Now, the thing I like about this combine is it just turns on a dime being a tracked vehicle like this. So it's super easy to get him lined up and to move everything around here. Loving it. Tony, I am from I'm from Minnesota. That's where I was born, but I currently live in Michigan. Epic Domain, appreciate the kind words. We've been on a bit of a break, but we're gonna be pumping out more content here. We've been slowly getting back into things here, but I do have surgery on Thursday, so I'm gonna be out for about a week after that. Hopefully I'll get a few videos lined up to post next week while I'm in recovery, but I will be having a little bit longer of a break here, and then we'll be getting ourselves back to normal after that. Oops, I forget you can't turn a tractor off while it's unloading. Not in 22. That's another good addition. Awesome, just work. Thanks for the vids. Appreciate it. Been here since 1K. Well, that's a long time. I have been doing the content thing for a little while now, and so I always appreciate when we've got long-time members of the channel, because it's been quite the adventure. It's been actually a lot of fun going through everything, and it's been a journey, I guess I'll say, learning how to do videos and just slowly getting better at things, hopefully. We're going to take this semi up into the yard, get him unloaded, and then see what we did for a total amount of this field here. If we look at precision farming, I can see on the map, we didn't even get quite half. Maybe with the headlands, we're close to 50% of this field. I don't think these stats are actually very useful because we didn't do the planting and stuff. So it's always interesting, though, to look at them. Ryan Lunt, sir, how's it going? You are once again catching the very tail end of the stream here, sir. Tony, how do you use AutoDrive? Struggling with it? So I'm actually going to be putting together some tutorials because things have really changed in FS22, and I know there's a few people that have been doing some tutorials out there, but my philosophy on tutorial content moving forward is actually I have a really low attention span, and so I'm going to try and do all of my tutorials as videos shorter than 15 minutes. And so we're going to see if we can break up AutoDrive and Courseplay into a series of 15-minute videos on different topics. So that's kind of my plan there. I've started working on that content. It'll probably be a couple weeks before I get it out there. AutoDrive and Courseplay get updates 1 to 2 times a week, it feels like, although it's starting to slow down now. And so now that the UIs are starting to stabilize there a little bit, we'll be getting some tutorials out soon to hopefully help people out. Yeah, Ryan, I can appreciate that for sure. Life has definitely gotten busy now that we're into springtime. The weather changed a bit, and it feels like I'm just running around like crazy with the kids. I wonder if the Big Bud would handle the Coleman Chaser bin better. Maybe. I think that the Big Bud was just struggling because it was articulated. I know a lot of the articulated tractors tend to struggle just a little bit with their courses. Although I will say the Fendt was still struggling with that case. I think the case is just a little glitchy on where the unload point is. So let's take one last look here. We managed to hit 350,000 liters of wheat, so not too bad. If we were to keep going, we would have definitely passed 700K liters. So that's impressive, given that I think this bin only holds like 1 million something per crop type. Let's go look. I'm curious now. Yeah, this is going to hold 1.5 million, so we were probably going to fill up half of our capacity for wheat on just that one field. That's pretty impressive. And we didn't even have that thing fertilized or limed or any of the good stuff with precision farming. So I think this one field probably could have filled our bins up if we'd been farming this for real. So that's an impressive amount of yield for sure. However, I think this is probably a good point to wrap up tonight's live stream. As always, it's been a ton of fun streaming with everybody here, and hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, go ahead and hit that like button. It does help me out quite a bit. And we will be back next week with some videos, hopefully a live stream. We'll see how it goes. Like I've said a couple of times, I am having surgery on Thursday, so I'm going to need somewhere between 3 and 5 days to recover from that, so I'm not sure if I'll be up for a live stream or not. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'll post on Facebook and YouTube when I have something to schedule there. And yeah, look forward to getting some videos out next week again. Have a good evening, all. Yeah, take care. That's all for today. Kedrick, out.